I'd be happy like if like the whole world like knows about Nepali hip hop and Nephop. I just want the people know that we Nepalese rapper can rap as well. Like we got our own culture. That's what I want to show to the world.
The hip-hop movement in 1970s New York sparked a counterculture explosion that sent shockwaves across the world, transforming everything in its wake. Today, Kathmandu is home to the culturally unique Nephop scene, where rap has been harnessed as a tool to express ideas, build a lifestyle, and have a good time. Now, at a point where Nepal is beginning to produce internationally recognized artists and stylistically stand alone, we took a look back at where this all began.
Hold up, wait a minute. Get the fuck out of my business. Hold up, wait a minute. Get the fuck out of my business. Hold up, wait a minute, get the fuck out of my business. You're nothing but a misfit yelling like a slutty mistress. You proudly bitch about me, I heard it from a witness. You sick bitch, confess, kiss my heart, working clenched fist. The reason for your existence, to keep a fucking distance. At the time to stay on that, with a pen just like I'm a dentist. You drive to say, lay shit, you're missing go tainted. You just wanna make money, cause that's all expensive. So bitch, I kill you, just rock a backpack. Your rap swaggin', matter of fact, your leg back. So bring back luck like a black cat.
I am Manas Ghale. I'm a solo artist and a former band member of Nepsiders. I started my rapping career from 2000, and I'm still doing solo music right now, currently working on the 4th album. When I first got into hip-hop culture, there was no culture at all. It was just like rock music and like pop music and Nepali music industry happening. So I was introduced to hip-hop music probably around 98 or 99, because that time it was just Backstreet Boys and Boyzone, Spice Girls, and a lot of those commercial artists on the billboards and stuff like that. So I found a mixtape sent from New York to a brother of mine who I knew, and he passed the mixtape to me, and that was the first time I properly got to listen to pop music. It had Tupac, it had Bone Thugs and Harmony, it had P. Diddy and Notorious B.I.G.'s, and it was the track Hit 'Em Up that made me love hip hop, you know what I'm saying?
That's why I fucked your bitch, you fat motherfucker. West side, bad boy killers, you know who the realest is, niggas, we bring it to.
That was the first time I was oh shit, you can say that shit in music and all that. I was okay, I'm gonna do this.
My name is AJ, aka DJ AJ. I've been involved in the Nepali hip-hop industry for about 20 years now, almost. And my role is a producer. And yeah, I grew up in Canada, actually. I wasn't even in Nepal when Nepali hip-hop was getting big, but I was watching the scene very closely, and the internet helped. I came across this website called Psycho Nepal, and I went to the forums, and there was a hip-hop section, and that's where I came across all these Nepali people that were into hip-hop. And me being in Canada, it was really cool for me to be able to connect with them. We'd have text battles, and then we'd critique each other's lyrics and stuff like that. So I started taking part in that. That's kind of where I learned how to write, as opposed to reading text from a website. But I really kind of honed my craft because of the feedback that I got from that website from other people. And that's kind of led me on this journey.
So is that how you met Manas and started working with him then?
Yeah. So that was back in 2002. We had met on that website, and we battled each other, and it was a lot of fun. It was just friendly battles, but at the time we'd take it seriously. But now we can look back on it and laugh and stuff. But we got really close, and then I started working with them. He had a band here called Nepsiders, and then Yeah, so I started sending them beats, they started sending me songs, and I'm like, yes, my beats are finally being used by proper rappers, you know.
Like, it was like 3 of us, and we started like Nepsiders. Back then, we used to think like, yo, if you're doing hip hop music, you gotta spit in English, you know what I'm saying? Like, we only thought of like, we took hip hop as underground tool of expression and all that. So like, we used to only rap in English. Our first album was like full English, like underground, like, and the society didn't approve of it, you know what I'm saying? Like, the record labels and all those people, they were like, you gotta have some like Nepalese songs if you wanna like distribute an album, because like people won't buy your English album, they would rather listen to Eminem, Snoop Dogg, and other international artists. So, and that was when we realized, okay, on the second album we like incorporated like 3 Nepalese songs, and then the rest of it were like still in English. But those 3 songs like was a huge success, like, and that was like when we were like accepted as like, okay, hip hop has like came in Nepal and all that, established or some shit like that.
The fact that me and Manas connected specifically, it was a very pivotal point in Nepali hip-hop, I feel, because our relationship led to the creation of the song Chulena Timramayale, which was a huge hit, and that song actually propelled Nepali hip-hop into the commercial market, and that was a huge thing for Nepali hip-hop. I made the beat and I sent it over, and he got his boys on it, and they made a video, and then this was actually the first time that another Nepali song had been sampled into, because you know that works in hip hop. That's pretty much how hip hop came to be, right? Other DJs sampling old records and putting drums on them.
Nepsiders, 1980, DjAj, the sickest collaboration ever. You heard? This is the remix. Oh. Yeah. So I wanted to do that, and I chose a song by 1974-80 called Chulena. And me and Manas were both really grateful to them for letting us actually use that sample in the song. And you know, that was another reason why the song became so big, is because it was a well-known song that had been converted into hip-hop, which had never been done before here. I knew that there was a video, but there was no YouTube and stuff back then, and apparently the video was getting massive airplay here on all the TV stations, radio, and all that. I mean, I've had people tell me like they used to hear that song 30 times a day. It's just everywhere they went, you know. So it was on that level, and I really regret not being here to experience that, because that would have been so amazing. But I had no idea how big the song had gotten until maybe 4 or 5 years later. Even though I wasn't here, and my personal experience is being connected online and working with them online, but there was already a sort of a small scene here, you know. So in terms of it actually growing and becoming what it has become today, I think the grassroots movement is still there. Like, the local scene had a lot to play, a big role to play in that. So that's pretty much like anywhere else, just like North America or UK. I mean, there's always going to be a grassroots underground scene, and that slowly builds up into something a lot bigger.
Oh, so sad.
That's his favorite song.
Yeah, that's my favorite song.
Baby, give me up,